to Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Raw results and WWE main event results. Birthdays from May 24th through the 27th. 24th birthdays, you got former WWE and TNA star Elijah Burke, the Pope, turned 41 years old. May 25th, El Macias, Ricky Banderas. He was born 1975. Alberto Del Rio, 1977. Roman Reigns, 1985. Bo Dallas, 1990. And 27th birthday, you got Eric Bischoff and Natalia. Eric was born in 1955, Natalia in 1982. WWE has announced that AJ Styles is currently out of action with an injury. No word yet on details of the injury, but Styles has not wrestled since his loss to Universal Champion Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank on May 19th. Styles did appear on last week's Raw for a backstage segment with Baron Corbin, the consummated one, but he did not wrestle. Last week's segment saw AJ Styles slap Corbin to begin a new feud, but Corbin did not fight back. Styles was announced earlier this afternoon as a participant in the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match to crown a Super Showdown opponent for Rollins. The match will now feature Baron Corbin replacing Styles against Braun Strowman, Miz, and Bobby Lashley. Stay tuned for updates on Styles' status. WWE posted this video of young fans doing superstar impersonations during commercial break at this week's Raw. Sarah Schreiber led the contest with a Lacey Evans impersonation, getting the win. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch noted on Twitter this weekend that she wrestled a closed-door match with WWE Hall of Famer Stone Cold Steve Austin. Lynch wrote over the weekend, the toughest SOB in WWE and Stone Cold had a closed-door match, and like Rocky and Apollo Creed, the outcome of me winning will never be known. It looked like they were filming for Austin's new Straight Up Steve Austin reality series that will air for 7 episodes on the USA Network, beginning on Monday, August the 12th, after Raw goes off the air. Each half-hour episode will feature Stone Cold and a celebrity guest, swapping stories about their lives and careers during one-of-a-kind custom-tailored adventures in different cities across America. Lynch was announced as one of the guests, along with country singer Trace Atkins, NASCAR's Dale Earnhardt Jr., comedian Gabriel Iglesias, NFL quarterback Baker Mayfield, actor Rob Riggle, and Impractical Jokers star Sal Vulcano. The interview between Lynch and Austin was filmed inside of a wrestling ring. Announcement for the show noted that with the unique interview format, there's no studio, no couch, and no cue cards. Just straight up good time and some good old-fashioned American fun. No word yet when Lynch's episode will air, but keep you updated. Number of WWE stars commented on last night's Sunday's AEW event on social media. The tweets mainly wished the talent well or gave thumbs up to particular matches along the way. Also noted, Sasha Banks very much enjoyed the women's match between Awesome Kong, Kylie Ray, Britt Baker, and Nyla Rose. In the tweets below, Xavier Woods, Big E, Naomi, Matt Hardy, Peyton Royce, Bayley, and even El Generico, Sami Zayn's indie alter ego, sent out support. Last year, the New Day took on Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks at E3 to do battle in Street Fighter versus Wood sent out Street Fighter V. Wood sent out a photo from around that time with the caption, "Good luck, boys." Shawn Spears, formerly known as Ty Dillinger from WWE, debuted for AEW on the buy-in during the Casino Battle Royale. Spears' fiance, Peyton Royce, wrote on Twitter, "Whoa, what a hunk," at PFEC10N. WWE SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley Simple commented, "I'm happy for pro wrestling. Shortly before Double or Nothing got started, Shawn Spears John Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose, showed up at the close of AEW Double or Nothing, where he took out both Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega after the main event match. Jericho defeated Omega and will face Adam Page at a later date for the AEW World Championship. AEW President Tony Khan confirmed that Moxley has signed a multi-year deal with the company. He is a multi-year contract. He will be a full-time deal. Khan confirmed when we go weekly, he's going to be full-time. Same as some of the guys, especially when the schedule is light. I'm open to him working some international and indie dates. He is full-time with us. Domestically, essentially, he's our guy. Yeah, he's going to do some international and indie stuff, but he's definitely an AEW full-time wrestler. Khan also said once he was clear of his WWE contract, Moxley came to him to talk. As soon as Moxley was out of his deal and wanted to talk to people, he came to me, Khan said, and I was really excited to talk to him when he was able to talk to me. He's been a great, and I'm really excited he's part of the roster. Sports Illustrated Justin Barrasso also noted AEW confirmed Moxley's in-ring debut will take place on June 29th at Fighter Fest in Daytona Beach, Florida. An opponent yet to be named. Last month, Ambrose finished up with WWE after working for the company since 2001. And here's a video of his appearance at the AEW match. Starrcast III has officially been announced for Labor Day weekend in Chicago, Illinois. The convention announced today that they will return to the city where the first Starrcast was held last year. Full details will be revealed later. Starrcast III will run from Thursday, August 29th through Sunday, September 1st. Labor Day is on Monday, September 2nd. AEW's All Out event will take place on Saturday, August 31st from nearby Hoffman Estates, Illinois, at the Sears Center Arena. And this is the official logo for the convention, which incorporates the Chicago flag. Atlas Security, who has worked in pro wrestling world for years now, handled security at the AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view in Las Vegas on Saturday. They will be working for AEW moving forward. Okay, the event was Saturday, not Sunday. Super Smash Brothers will likely be using a different name in AEW because Nintendo owns that name, according to PW Insider. The group debuted at Double or Nothing over the weekend and attacked Best Friends, Jack Evans and Angelico, after the tag team match. Awesome Kong's AEW debut at Double or Nothing has been planned for months. According to PW Insider, Kong competed in the Fatal 4-Way with winner Britt Baker, Kylie Ray, and Nyla Rose. It was noted that a very small circle of people knew about the debut before Brandy Rhodes brought Kong out to start the match. Kong tweeted her AEW theme song at this link. Many expected the natural Dustin Rhodes to hang up his boots, win, lose, or draw following his match at AEW Double or Nothing. Cody was able to defeat his older brother by pinfall, but Dustin did not make it easy for Cody. Despite being busted open early in the match, following the event, Dustin was asked if he was going to ceremoniously leave his boots in the ring, signifying his retirement from pro wrestling. That can be found in this link. I was, and he snuck in behind me, Dustin said. I was like, geez, let me get my boots off before you do anything. My God, I want to leave this boot in the ring and say goodbye properly. I was tired, and he came in, and I didn't know what to expect or what he was going to do. What Cody did was ask Dustin to be a tag team partner at AEW Fight for the Fallen against the Young Bucks. The two brothers embraced, signifying their unity for the battle on July 13th. If you don't know that they are all in the business together. That's the Young Bucks and Cody. Okay. And the two brothers embraced, signifying their unity for the battle on July 13th. Going into the match was a lot was made of this match not being a sibling rivalry, but being generation versus generation. Where Cody took shot at Dustin's participation in the heralded Attitude Era and the dynamic of their relationship, while Dustin spoke on Cody's attitude and even wore a shirt saying Dusty's favorite at the AEW Double or Nothing press conference. Even though Cody was victorious, Dustin left with some strong parting words. He killed the Attitude Era, but I'm still standing here today, Dustin said. WWE Hall of Famer Bret Hart appeared at Saturday's AEW Double or Nothing event to reveal the title during an in-ring segment. Can be found at this link. The first AEW champion will be decided by a future match between Chris Jericho and Hangman Adam Page. Jericho defeated Kenny Omega in the Double or Nothing main event to earn the spot in the title match, while Page won the buy-in Casino Battle Royal on the pre-show to earn the spot. After AEW Double or Nothing finished up, Cody confirmed Kenny Omega wrestled most of the match against Chris Jericho with a broken nose. Jericho defeated Omega and will now face Adam Page for the AEW Championship at a later date. That can be found in this link. Let's give it up for the cleaner. He just wrestled a match with a complete broken nose. Kenny Omega, Cody said. After the main event, Jericho demanded he get a thank you from everyone, but Jon Moxley came out, that's Dean Ambrose, through the crowd and attacked everyone in the ring. Omega spoke for a moment about the match and Moxley showing up at this link. Full results of AEW Double or Nothing are, here you go, 21-man Casino Battle Royal. Winner gets a future shot at AEW Championship. MJF, Dustin Thomas, Sunny Days, Brandon Cutler, and Michael Nakazama started things off. MJF immediately goes after Thomas and calls him Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump fame. Cutler immediately swings MJF. Nakazawa brings out the baby oil and uses it to his advantage to sign out of a few moves. MJF talking a whole lot of trash so far. Brian Pillman Jr., Isaiah Cassidy, Jimmy Havoc, Joey Janela, and Shawn Spears enter. Shawn Spears heads out and gets a 10 chant from the crowd. He goes right after MJF. He gets poked in the eye, and MJF mocks the 10 pose. Spears returns fire with a neckbreaker. He does the 10 hand pose, and then gives a middle finger. Glacier sends out Sunny Days. MJF sends out Glacier. Billy Gunn, Glacier, Ace Romero, Mark Quinn, Sonny Kiss, Tommy Dreamer, Luchasaurus, Marco Stunt, and others enter. One last guy to go, and every swing away on each other. Plenty of bodies still to go. Dreamer heads into the ring, sends the trash can into the ring, slipping Luchasaurus. Dreamer starts smacking everyone with the trash lid. Havoc wants a shot from Dreamer. Then gets a cutter. Adam Page is 21st man and last entrance. Page swings away on anyone in the ring. MJF goes after Page and gets dropped too. Janela and Page meet in the middle of the ring, swings away on each other. Spears lights up Romero in the corner as Luchasaurus wants a piece of Page, but Romero ends up taking out Luchasaurus. Page tries to lift up Romero and the knee gives out. Stunt takes on Romero, but ends up getting pounced out of the ring and onto Private Party. Jungle Boy with a drop kick to Romero's back and sends him out of the ring. Thomas with a 619 and then a 450 splash on Janela. MJF blasts Thomas and sets him on the top turnbuckle. He then grabs Spears and suplexes him out of the ring. MJF with a counter shot to send Thomas out of the ring. Cutter sends Gunn out. MJF tosses Cutler. Luchasaurus ends up sending Janela out and down through a table. Dreamer eliminates Kiss. Cassidy finally gets into the ring and sends in the lights kicks on Dreamer's legs. Dreamer plays along and punches Cassidy. He gives up with hands in his pockets. Dreamer then just sends him out of the ring, have it with a staple gun to Dreamer's head. and down low. He's out of the match. Jungle Boy nearly thrown out by MJF, but Havoc bites on Jungle Boy's fingers and he's out. Down to the final four, Page, Luchasaurus, Havoc, and MJF. The three go after MJF at first. He rolls out to the floor, but not over the top rope. Not eliminated. Luchasaurus sends out Havoc. Page and Lucha face off in the ring, with MJF still sitting on the floor. Page gets dropped on his knee. Luchasaurus charges. Page drops down, and he goes down, and out he goes. Page thinks he won. MJF sneaks in and tries to throw him out. Page hangs on, hits buckshot lariat, and sends MJF out of the ring. Winner, Adam Page, receives the future AEW Championship spot. Backstage, Alicia A. talks with Kylie Ray about tonight's show. Ray is super excited about tonight's match and talks about how cool tonight is. She ends up getting quieted by the librarian, Peter Avalon. He then gets by Leva Bates. They end up in a shush off as Ray just smiles and watches on in the background. Hype video for Cody versus Dustin. We see clips of the two brothers from over the years and both of their days in WWE. Sammy Guevara versus Kip Sabian. Mat wrestling gets started with a couple of stalemates. Sammy with a second rope springboard hurricane and follows it up with a leg lariat. Guevara gets sent out to the floor. Sabian fakes a springboard and kicks Guevara in the head. Second rope flip, clearing out Guevara. He tosses Guevara back in the ring and he immediately hits the ropes and takes out Sabian. Back in the ring, Guevara kicks away on his opponent. He gets caught with a dragon screw to the leg whip. Sabian works over Guevara's leg, but he's able to get to the bottom rope. Guevara, with a flurry of attacks, finishing with a standing shooting star press, covers for a 2 count. Sabian recovers and goes back to work on Guevara, pin, 2 count. Guevara with a Superman forearm. Guevara looks for a superplex over the top rope. They land on their feet, and Guevara immediately goes into a suplex. Guevara lays Sabian on the barricade. Guevara hits a shooting star press from the apron down on Sabian. Back in the ring, Guevara calls for the 630, but Sabian gets his knees up, torture rack position, hits a Deathly Hollows for the 3 count. Kip Sabian winner by pinfall. Victory for Sadie Gibbs, showing off some of her skills in the ring. Don't know who she is. Backstage, Jim Ross makes his way up to the announce table. Outside, a pickup truck pulls up. We see Pharaoh first, then Brandy Rose, and finally Cody. He sips some coffee, gives Brandy a kiss, and heads in. Inside, Kenny Omega is apparently watching the show on a laptop and gives the camera a big thumbs up. Matt Jackson is walking around backstage and meets Michael Nakazawa as Matt tries to put on a friendly face, but then gets angry as he heads off. Nick asks if he's okay. Matt says yeah. Matt and Nick are asked about their credentials. Nick super kicks the guys and papers fly. The group comes out to hype up the crowd. Cody goes to welcome the crowd. Matt takes the mic. Nick grabs it. Kenny then snatches it away to welcome the crowd. AEW chant for the crowd. Matt says it's so cool to see 20,000 people. Cody says it's more like 13,000. Matt says this is pro wrestling. You round up. Cody goes along with it and says they set the attendance record with 20,000 fans. Brandy notes that this is the first century inclusive event in wrestling history. Cody says this is a revolution as we fade to black. Before the match, SCU does their worst town bit. That's Southern Cal University, or whatever we're going to call them. But they say Las Vegas might be their favorite worst town. Daniel does a little singing, and Kazarian gets a big SCU from the live crowd. SCU members of Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky versus Seema, She-Hulk, and Lindemann. Seema and Daniel get us started. Daniel with a shoulder block, both with some double arm drags. Both go for it again, and both drop down together on the mat for a stalemate. Kazarian and She-Hulk head in. Wrist lock on Kazarian, who flips out of it. Tries for a pin. gets a 2 count. Kazarian with a nice combo of strikes, ending with a lariat. T-Hawk with a big chop to Kazarian and a shoulder block. Scorpio with a blind tag and a drop kick on T-Hawk. T-Hawk with a chop, catches Scorpio in midair for a power bomb pin, gets a 2 count. Lindemann heads in, double back elbow, standing splash, covers, gets a 2 count. Scorpio with a power slam, tags Daniels in. Slingshot elbow drop, Kazarian with a slingshot leg drop. Both Seaman and T-Hawk knocked off the apron. Kazarian with a shotgun drop kick in the corner, tip up, covers for a 2 count. Lindemann sends Daniels into the second rope. Seaman with a knee drop off the top rope on Daniels. T-Hawk with a drop kick to the knee of Scorpio, kicks Kazarian off the top rope to the floor and drops Daniels. The crowd enjoyed that sequence. Both teams are very physical in this match. Seaman with a float over senton on Daniels. Double back elbow on Daniel. Double drop kick. Daniels really needs to get a tag at this point as he continues to get worked over. Daniels double drop kick to Daniels as T-Hawk wrenches back on his face. Scorpio finally breaks that up. Daniels with a back heel trip takedown. Tags in Scorpio, who takes down all 3 opponents. Hits a double stomp on Seaman's back. Scorpio takes a bunch of attacks, finishing with Lindemann hitting a German suplex with a bridge for a 2 count. Lindemann heads up to the second rope. Daniels tries to stop him and gets dumped. Both Kazarian and T-Hawk tag in. During the chaos, Kazarian ends up pinning the wrong guy, but then suplexes T-Hawk at the same time for a double pin for a 2 count. Daniels with a suicide dive to the outside on Lindemann. Back in the ring, Seaman drops Kazarian to the mat. Scorpio with a float over cutter. Lindemann scrapes the legs and gets rid of Scorpio. Float over DDT on Lindemann by Kazarian. T-Hawk tosses Kazarian out of the ring. Daniels and T-Hawk with double clotheslines in the ring, and everybody is down. Lindemann with a big blind tag. Angel Wings hits on T-Hawk, but Lindemann sneaks in with a deadlift German suplex with a bridge. Seaman hits the Meteora on Daniels. Kazarian breaks up the count. Multiple wrestlers end up on the floor. Scorpio with a big flip over the top, taking out guys on the floor, landing on his feet. Daniels and Kazarian working over Lindemann. Best Meltzer driver ever, which is moonsault pile driver combo. Hits, covers for the 3 count. Great match. Winners of the match, SCU. Allie joins commentary for the women's match. Nyla Rose versus Britt Baker versus Kylie Ray versus Brandy Rhodes versus Awesome Kong. Before things get going, Brandy's music hits and as she heads out in her ring gear. Rhodes says she meant all 3 women had a shot at winning and she wanted a great match. But the problem is she wanted the match to be awesome. And out comes Awesome Kong. Kong takes out all 3 women at first, but eventually Rose and Kong are sent out of the ring, so Ray and Baker go against each other. Baker tries for a splash out on the floor on Kong, but it's caught in midair. Ray with a suicide dive on both opponents. Back in the ring, Rose and Ray go at it. Rose with a leg drop, cover for a 2 count. She looks for a choke slam. Ray hammers away on Rose's back, eats a spine buster. Baker and Ray get worked over by Rose with Kong still on the outside. Rose heads to the top rope, but Baker with an elbow and then heads up herself. Ray joins the fight, goes up top, too. They try for a double suplex, but Awesome Kong comes over and sends all 3 women down to the mat. Everybody in the pool at Mean Queen Kate sends Kylie, Dr. Britt, and Nyla for a ride. Hashtag AEWDON. At TD Wrestling, thanks for that tweet, as they get credit for the results as well. Brandy cheers on Awesome Kong as she looks to beat up Baker out on the floor. Spinning back fist in the face, Baker and Awesome Kong on the apron. She looks to powerbomb Baker, but she fights out of it. Super kick by Baker, another by Ray, sending her to the floor and Rose with a spear into the steps. Ray and Baker are still in the ring. Baker with a roll up. Ray with a big kick to the head. Baker recovers with a swinging leg hook pin for a 2 count. Ray with a nice deadlift deadlift German suplex on Baker. Covers for a 2. Baker with a super kick. Lifts and drops Ray's face on her knee. Covers for the 3 count. Britt Baker's your winner. Backstage, Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho prepare for their match. Best Friends versus Jack Evans. Evans and Trent get things going. That's Trent Beretta, by the way, formerly with WWE. The Dude Busters, remember them? Trent with a big shoulder block to drop Evans. Chucky heads in with a drop kick. Angelico tries to get involved. Best Friends with the running elbows in the corner. They look for a hug, but they get kicked in the back for a chorus of boos. Evans shows off his flipping ability and sends Chucky to the outside. Crowd cheers, but he doesn't want to hear it. After they initially booed him, Angelico with a big boot to Trent's head. Assisted 450 splash by Evans on Trent. Penn gets a 2 count. Angelico looks for a big move in the corner. Eats a kick to the face. Trent trying to make his way to Chucky. Evans runs over and stomps Trent. Referee gives him an earful about that. Trent gets launched into the corner. He lands a lariat on Evans, turning him out inside out. Chucky avoids Angelico, sends Evans into his own partner. Falcon Arrow on Evans. Pinned for a 2 count. Chucky hits standing side spread on the floor to Angelico. Trent with a tornado DDT, sending Evans for a ride. Chucky nails a double stomp to Evans' back. Tries for a pin, gets 2 count. Evans with a kick while in a headstand, then follows up with a Pele kick. Evans eats a knee and then another kick. Best Friends finally get their hug, and the camera zooms out a la NJPW's Rainmaker. Reverse Yoshi tonic by Evans on Trent. Angelico with a release suplex on Evans, flipping him up and down on Trent. Covers for a 2 count. Evans leads off Angelico. Back moves holding out to the floor on Chucky in the ring. Trent runs right into the big knee. Angelico with a crucifix bomb in the corner. Evans heads to the top rope. 630 splash. Cover. Chucky breaks it up. Angelico with a dive to the floor. Nobody home. Chucky runs in and has Evans on his shoulders. Trent with a knee on Evans. Chucky with a flip to the outside, taking down Angelico. Trent drops Evans down to the mat as Chucky double stomps him off the top rope for the win. After the match, Best Friends want a hug. The lights go out. As they do so, lights come back up, and the Super Smash Brothers are in the ring. Lights off again, and a bunch of masked minions are around the ring. Both teams end up getting destroyed by them. Crowd didn't really know how to react to that. Got some boos, and what sounded like a "Who are you?" chant. Aja Kong, Yuka Sakazaki, and Emi Sakura versus Hikaru Shida, Ryo Abe, and Ryo Mizunami from your NJPW. Japan stars. Sasaki and Shida get it started. Sakazaki tries to trick Shida, ends up getting flipped hard to the mat. Kong and Mizunami are brought in. Collar and elbow as Kong sends her into the ropes. Mizunami tries to drop Kong, but has no luck. She just shrugs him off. Finally, Kong is sent to the mat. Kong with a multiple flank to the face, lariat. They look to engage, but both decide to bow out. Abe and Sakura tag in. Sakura goes off her core strength, keeping the bridge up as Abe tries to drop her knees down. Sakazaki tags in, kicks her face, avoids Abe, drop kick pin. Abe slips out, up and out. Sakazaki power slam. Sakura back in and locks in the surfboard lock on Abe. Kong is now tagged in and lands a massive kick to Abe's back. Kong smiles as the crowd reacts to that. Abe with some strikes and eats a headbutt. These are female Japanese stars. Kong with a single arm body slam. Driving elbow. Cover kick out. Kong with a power driver on Abe. Cover is broken. Sakazaki with a double stomp to Abe's stomach. Sakazaki gets worked over by Mizunami. Hits a big release German suplex. Lariat sends her back in the corner. Kong versus Abe now. Kong gets taken down and eats the 619. Abe hits the top rope, leaps, and gets a kick to the midsection. Kong with a sick suplex. Now somehow Abe is able to kick out. Aja gets a can thrown to her. Referee is distracted as Sheeta brings in a kendo stick and smacks Aja. Aja hits Sheeta in the knee with it and whacks her over the head. Crowd is loving this match. Sheeta eats a backbreaker by Sakura. What is this match? Hardcore women's match? Hardcore rules. Back and forth strikes. Sheeta with a running knee. Brings Sakura in with a deadlift suplex. Everyone is taking everyone out now. Kong with a double suplex. Kong with a brain buster on Sheeta. Sakura heads to the top rope, hits and nails a moonsault. Bell rings for a 3. Referee immediately says it was a 2 count, though. Match continues on. Aja hits her own partner by mistake. Sheeta with a running knee on Sakura for the 1, 2, 3. Wow, match crowd was hot for that one and gives a standing ovation. Winners of the match: Hikaru Shida, Ryo Abe, and Ryo Mizunami by pinfall. Cody with Randy Rhodes in his corner versus Dustin Rhodes. There's a throne that looks very Triple H-like on stage. Cody and Randy head to the ring. Randy grabs a sledgehammer from under the ring and hands it over. Cody goes back to the throne and smashes it. Crowd pops big for that. Dustin heads out to another nice pop for the crowd. He looks over the smashed throne for a moment and he heads to the ring. Crowd fairly split for this one. This is awesome chant. Gets going from the crowd before they even get started. Cody sends Dustin down to the mat. Goes for a cartwheel and his Stardust taunt. Cody with another shot to Dustin. Sends him out to the floor. Cody with suicide dive, dropping him to the floor. Things spill out to the floor with both of them. Between the two, when they go back and forth, back in the ring, the referee is distracted as Brandy gets a slap in on Dustin's face. Dustin finally getting some shots on Cody. Eats a kick. Cody drops to the head. Dustin also drops down and smacks him in the head. He drops his knee and does a slap across the head. He kicks him in the head. Cody gets put in the corner. Dustin looks to kick him between the legs. Cody pulls off the middle turnbuckle pad and tosses it in front of Dustin. He takes it and sends it into the crowd. Dustin charges in, but Cody avoids him. Dustin does face first into the exposed turnbuckle. Snake eyes. Brandy hits a spear on Dustin. Hebner caught the tail end of it and sends her to the back. Throws her out of the match. Crowd pops up for the toss out. She tries to argue, but gets sent to the back anyways. DDP comes out to help her to the back. She smacks his arm away. He ends up carrying her to the back. Quick DDP chant from the crowd. Dustin is now busted open pretty badly as Cody continues to swing away. So he hit the turnbuckle to get busted open the hard way. Dustin trying to get the blood out of his eyes so he can see and swings wildly at Cody. Cody continues to get in shots as Dustin is really bleeding badly now. He finally is able to get in a spinning powerbomb. Dustin works his way back into the match. He sits Cody on the top rope. Punches the face. Heads up to the top rope. Rough looking superplex. Twisting suplex hits. Covers for a 2 count. Dustin has hit 2 crossroads on Cody. And he's kicked out of both times. Back and forth. Strikes. Bicycle kick by Cody. 2 collide in the middle of the ring. Cody goes for the cover for a 2 count. Cody drops Dustin on the back of his neck. Crossroads hits on Dustin for the 3 count. Both Cody and Dustin are covered in blood after that one. After the match, Cody goes back to the ring. Dustin moves away from and into the corner. Cody takes the mic and tells Dustin he doesn't get to retire tonight. Crowd with a thank you, Dustin chant. Cody says, a fight for a fallen. He put down his name and a partner of his choosing against the Young Bucks. He says he doesn't need a partner or a friend. He needs his older brother. Cody tears up as Dustin gets up and gives him a hug. Cody holds the ropes open for Dustin as he heads out of the ring. Bret Hart comes out to unveil the AEW World Championship title. Adam Page makes his way out for the first confirmed contender to wrestle for the title. He shakes Hart's hand, and then MJF's music hits. MJF on the mic and introduces himself as he heads to the ramp, then yells, "Wait, Bret, a fan is coming too," mocking what happened at the WWE Hall of Fame. MJF says everyone is looking at the face of the company. A horse can't be the face of AEW. MJF says when it comes to horses, once they get hurt, sometimes you have to shoot them. MJF tells Page, says he should relinquish his title shot to a real man. MJF mocks Bret Hart's catchphrase. Page takes a swing at him, and he ducks out of the way. "Easy there, Seabiscuit." Jungle Boy heads out from the back to get in MJF's face. He tails off Jungle Boy and goes to head to the back. Out comes Jimmy Havoc, who backed MJF up to Page. All three guys surround MJF. He tries to throw a punch and gets clocked. Page sends him into the crowd as Jungle Boy and Havoc continue to attack in the crowd. Bret Hart shows off the new title. Young Bucks champion versus Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix. Also, this is AAA World Tag Team Championship. Pentagon and Matt start things off. Pentagon tries to do his signature taunt. Matt initially stops him, but Pentagon eventually gets it in. Phoenix is tagged in, flips it in as Matt decides to stay in. Nick tags in. Matt nearly runs into him, selling the story of them being a little rusty as they haven't wrestled a match in months. Nick and Phoenix fight to a stalemate out on the floor. They agree to get back in the ring. The two shove each other and try for some shoulder blocks. For those wondering about the crowd, they have been hot for most of these main card matches, really adding to the field. Pentagon and Phoenix with a double super kick to Matt's head. Pentagon and Phoenix then land a couple of kicks to Nick. Pentagon with a sling blade. Phoenix gets an assisted flash on Nick, covers for a 2 count. Matt gets going and is able to take down both Phoenix and Pentagon. Nick with a double axe handle off the top rope. Matt does the same. Pentagon screams at him in Spanish. Nick back to the top, goes for a double stomp, but ends up hitting Matt. Nick checks on him. Matt tags in, lifts Nick into a hurricanrana. Wild sequence by Phoenix, dancing on the ropes like none other. Kicks Nick, jumps from rope to rope, and is able to hit a hurricanrana on Matt. Pentagon back in the ring with Matt, eats a kick. Matt with a flipping stunner on Pentagon. Northern Light suplex on Phoenix 3 times. Trifecta. Tries for a sharpshooter, but Pentagon doesn't allow that. Matt with an overhead release suplex on Pentagon. Nick tags in. Close on Phoenix. Kicks to Pentagon on the floor. Facebuster on Phoenix. Backflip on the outside on Pentagon. Stereo sharpshooters by the Bucks. Both get to the ropes. Phoenix is held up by Matt while his feet were on the second rope. Nick with a 450 splash down on him. Covers. Pentagon with a kick to the head to stop that. Young Bucks with a cutter powerbomb combo on Phoenix, pinned for a 2 count. Super kick party going around. All 4 are down. Crowd on their feet. Pentagon and Matt hit double pump kicks on the apron. Phoenix and Nick in the ring. Phoenix on the apron. Pentagon leaps on Phoenix back and hits a Canadian Destroyer on the apron. Phoenix leaps in and hits one on Nick. Covers for a 2 count. Whoa! Crowd is well into it. Both Young Bucks are all out on the floor. Phoenix goes up on Pentagon's shoulder and leaps off down on the Young Bucks on the outside. Pentagon hits a pin driver on both opponents. Phoenix with a stomp on Nick, covers for a 2 count. Pentagon looking to snap Nick's arm. Matt kicks him off. Phoenix tries to fly in and eats a double super kick. Phoenix sets up on the top turnbuckle. Matt follows up, brainbuster on the turnbuckle pad. Matt and Nick hit more bang for the buck, covers for a 2 count. Package pile driver double stomp combo. Nick immediately hits the corkscrew splash out on the floor on Phoenix. Matt tries for another pin attempt, doesn't get the pinfall. Pentagon snaps Matt's arm. He plants Matt down, pin for a 2 count. Nick is out on the ramp. Phoenix is tagged in. Super kicks to Matt. Another one to his arm. Phoenix runs right into a power driver position. Nick runs back. Meltzer driver hits on Phoenix. Pin for the 3 count. Winners of the match, Young Bucks to retain the AAA World Tag Team titles. Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega. Winner will face Adam Page for the AEW World title at a later date. Jericho's entrance shows off his different gimmicks over the years. Lionheart, Light Up Jacket, and the list. Omega has a new theme for AEW. There's a Cracker Barrel in the ring before the match. Referee goes to shove it out under the bottom rope, but it's having trouble. Jericho finally goes over, lifts it, and puts it between the bottom and the middle rope. Then points at his mind to the referee before going back to his corner. Jericho with an early slap to Omega, and Omega slaps him right back. Jericho with a shoulder block, sending Omega to the mat, then eats some chops from Omega. Jericho in the corner, eats a back elbow, tries for the V-trigger, nobody home. Jericho with more chops to Omega. The two brawl on the floor. Jericho does his classic, takes the camera spot, back in the ring. Omega hit You Can't Escape on Jericho. Big chops by both Omega and Jericho. Omega's nose is bleeding now. Jericho got a two count part of the crowd, did the too sweet thing, and Jericho flipped that section off. Table is pulled out from under the ring by Jericho. Omega kicks the table back into Omega, flips down on the table and Jericho. Omega dumps the table down on Jericho, then hits a diving double stomp on the table down on Jericho. Back in the ring, Jericho is put up on the second turnbuckle. Omega looking for a suplex. Jericho fights out of it. Omega hits a belly back suplex. Jericho looks for the lion salt. Knees up. Jericho eats a V-trigger. Omega looks for the one wing angel. Jericho slips out the back. Nails a release overhead suplex. Jericho goes for the lion salt with a rough ending. Goes for another and hits Omega clean. That time covers for a 2 count. Code breaker's block. Omega looks for a move, but gets body dropped down into a table that was set up on the floor. Jericho with a springboard drop kick, catching Omega right in the face. Omega and Jericho end up on the top rope again. Omega punches Jericho right in the face, sending him back in the ring. Omega dives and eats a code breaker, cover for very close 3 count. Crowd with Jericho, let's go Kenny chant. Snapdragon suplex on Jericho. Then another one. V-trigger attempt. Jericho blocks and goes into the walls of Jericho. Omega nearly gets in the ropes. Jericho pulls him back and really locks in a move for a moment. But Omega rolls and kicks Jericho. V-trigger catches Jericho flush. One wing angel. Nope, doesn't get the 3 count. Jericho tried for a DDT. Didn't quite get it. They basically did a spot over again, and a few minutes later, Jericho nails the code breaker, hits the Judas effect, which is a spinning back elbow. Spinning out back elbow, back to the people's elbow. Covers for the 3 count. Winner of the match, Jericho by pinfall, and will now face Adam Page for the AEW title at a later date. After the match, he tells the crowd that they can boo him all they want, but he knows it's his time now. Some people try to cheer, and he tells them to shut up. Chris Jericho is AEW. He says it's not a company for the fans. It's a company for him. Before he could get one, John Moxley comes in to the crowd and gave Jericho dirty deeds. He then gave one to the referee in the ring and attempted to land one on Omega. But the two ended up brawling a bit before they got to the stage. Moxley finished off Omega. Good. And that was your results for that. Could former GFW tag team Reno Scum possibly be signing with WWE soon? Adam Thornso of Reno Scum took to Twitter and to announce that he and Luster The legend may be signing with WWE deals this week. Before it hits the dirty dirts, Legend and I may sign with WWE this week. Oi, he wrote. There's no word yet on if WWE is actually negotiating with the Reno Scum, but I'll keep you updated whenever I find out more news. Former Ring of Honor stars made their return to Impact Wrestling earlier this year, but they have not appeared for any of the top indie promotions, including Impact, in a few months now. They currently hold the United World Tag Team titles for the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. A few days ago, Dragon Lee won his Best of Super Juniors bout against Michinoku by forfeit. Now the field has uneven amount of wrestlers in it, as Michinoku is officially out of the tournament due to injury. NJPW announced that Michinoku's right foot injury from Friday was severe enough to drop him out of the tournament altogether. Michinoku was winless throughout the BOSJ tournament, competing in Block B. Top Indian talent Joey Ryan has also reportedly turned down a contract offer from All Elite Wrestling, according to SoCal Uncensored website. That's SCU. Ryan's future with AEW has been speculated on due to his involvement with being the Elite and 2018's All In event. Ryan also has recently started promoting a farewell to the Indies tour. Will end those sales on Thursday, May 30th. He reportedly received the offer from AEW shortly after being let go from his Lucha Underground contract. It also recently reported that WWE was interested in signing Ryan to work as a coach at the Performance Center with NXT. 24/7 champion R-Truth did a remix of the Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus song, Old Town. Find it in this link. They changed the song a little bit to be about his plight of holding the new title. Matt Hardy gave his approval. This is delightful. Truth of R. You can always find sanctuary at the Hardy compound. Even Sasha Banks replied to the video with, "How are you so cool, haha." Earlier this month, former WWE Tag Team Crime Time, JTG and Chad Gaspard challenged the Lucha Brothers at the VIP wrestling event in Texas. Today, JTG announced on Twitter that Pentagon and Phoenix have accepted their challenge and will face Crime Time. And you can see it in this link. And the event will be on July 5th. Go to that link. And it will be in Dallas. Okay. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch is calling her new finisher the Manhandle Slam. Lynch also used the move to pin WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Peyton Royce in a non-title match with partner Nikki Cross on last night's Raw. There's no word yet on if the non-title win will lead to a title shot for Cross and Lynch. I think I will end my video at this point. And this video will now be called All AEW Event Results. Well, thanks again. Peace out. See you on Vieeo. Stay tuned for your Raw and SmackDown. Raw and WWE main event. Thanks again. Peace out. See you on Vieeo.